I hate this color. Well, at least I thought I did. When Toyota dropped off this 2026 Prius plug-in hybrid in the Nightshade edition, the very first thing that caught my attention wasn't the fuel economy or the electric range, or even this new styling. It was this color. Now, my immediate reaction was, what were they thinking? Then I learned the story behind it. The color is called Karashi. It's named after traditional Japanese hot mustard, known for its bold appearance and strong character. Suddenly, what looked like a strange choice for a color started to make a little more sense to me. Now, I'm still not convinced that Americans are going to be falling in line for a mustard colored Prius, but I gotta admit, it is a conversation starter. On my trip through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru, one of the kids in line had to tell me, "Mister, I really like your car." So maybe it's something that Gen X might want. Has Toyota finally transformed this Prius from an appliance into a genuinely desirable car? Let's find out.
Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about the bigger story. This doesn't look like a Prius anymore, or at least it doesn't look like what most people think a Prius looks like. For years, it was designed and announced it was a hybrid. Like Toyota wanted everybody to know that they were driving something that was environmentally conscious. This generation takes a completely different approach. If you didn't know what it was, it wouldn't be a stretch to mistake it for a sporty hatchback, or maybe even a compact, near luxury sedan. The long hood, the wide stance, the low roof line, and these aggressive LED lighting completely changed the personality of this car. And in this Nightshade edition, it makes it even better. The black wheels, black trim, the badges, the dark accents give the Prius a much more athletic appearance. I found myself looking back at it in the parking lot every once in a while, and that's not something I ever thought I'd say about a Prius. I think this Prius will be more successful than the last because Toyota finally figured out the formula. Instead of trying to force people to buy efficient cars and sacrifice performance, they found a way to give you a little bit of both. Under the hood, this Toyota plug-in hybrid system combines a gasoline engine with electric motors and a battery pack just big enough to give you decent electric driving for your day-to-day commute. In fact, for most people, your daily commute can be done almost entirely on electricity. Then, when it's time for a road trip, the gasoline engine takes over and eliminates any range anxiety. You don't have to hunt for chargers, you don't have to plan your trip around charging stops, you simply drive. For people who aren't quite ready for a full EV, this might be the sweet spot. And the acceleration kind of caught me off guard. The first time I merged on the I-285 here in Atlanta, I kind of laughed. This thing kind of moves. It was kind of like an electric car. There was no dramatic gear changing, no hunting for gears, just smooth, confident acceleration. It was quite a bit of noise in the cabin, but you can get over that when you can get around people like this. And then the handling even exceeded my expectations. I guess the lower center of gravity provided by this battery placement makes the Prius feel more planted in the corners. The steering was predictable and the ride quality struck a good balance between comfort and sportiness. Again, I didn't expect to be saying this about a Prius. And then there's the interior. It kind of caught me off guard. When I saw the exterior profile, you'd assume that the rear seat passengers might suffer. But that wasn't my experience. Front seat room is generous. The rear seat room is surprisingly good. And in fact, both front and rear passenger space is much better than their roofline suggests. Toyota also packed a lot of tech in the cabin. The digital instrument cluster sits high. Not in the best point of view, it's blocked by the steering wheel sometimes. The touchscreen is responsive. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto work well. It's enough USB ports in the front for both of you. Back seat, not so much. Then there are the little Easter eggs. One of my favorites was hidden near the rear seat belt. Toyota placed a little hashtag saying safety first. Now I thought it was kind of funny, but my 18-year-old daughter looked at it immediately and declared it cringy. And I think that made me like it even more. There were other little subtle touches around there that let you know the engineers really were thinking of everything. And that includes storage. Yeah, it's a sleek looking hatchback with a sporty feel, but they didn't sacrifice utility. The rear hatch opens wide, making it easier to load bulky items than in a traditional sedan trunk. And when you need even more space, the 60-40 split folding rear seats fold nearly flat, transforming this Prius into a surprisingly capable cargo hauler. And now for what you came here for. People walk into Toyota dealerships looking at a Prius for fuel economy. And this plug-in hybrid absolutely delivers. 48 miles per gallon combined when you're driving that hybrid, and up to 40 miles of all-electric driving range before gasoline is ever needed. Now, think about what that means in the real world. The average American drives somewhere between 30 and 40 miles a day. If you can charge at home overnight, there's a good chance you'll make your daily commute using little to no gasoline at all. Then, when the weekend rolls around and you decide to take a road trip, there's no range anxiety. The battery runs down, the hybrid system seamlessly takes over, and you just keep driving. No searching for charging stations, no waiting 30 or 40 minutes to recharge. So if you're curious about electric vehicles, but you're not ready to commit to one, a plug-in hybrid like this may be the best of both worlds. Toyota estimates that this combination can save owners roughly $4,500 in fuel costs over 5 years compared with the average new vehicle. But here's what impressed me even more. History shows us that when car engineers look to maximize fuel economy, something else has to suffer. Performance, styling, handling. But the Prius doesn't feel like it was designed around compromises. It feels like Toyota started to build a genuinely good car and then figured out how to make it incredibly efficient. I think that's why this generation is connecting with buyers who never would have considered a Prius before.
So this 2026 Toyota Prius plug-in hybrid Nightshade edition may have changed my opinion a bit about the Prius, but not because it's more efficient, because it's always been efficient, and not because of the technological advances, because let's face it, this hybrid technology has been cutting edge for quite a while. It impressed me because it's finally desirable. It looks good, it drives well, and it's comfortable, and it's kind of quick. It delivers the kind of efficiency that make it really a genuinely lower cost of ownership. Now, as for this Karashi paint, after learning the story behind it and spending a week with it, I can tell you this, it started to grow on me, just like the car did. So, if you're shopping for a hybrid, a plug-in hybrid, or even an EV, you might want to put this plug-in hybrid from Toyota on your list. Until next week, I'm Daryl Killian for the AutoNsider. And if you haven't already done so, take a moment to like and subscribe. And be sure to click that bell so you don't miss our reviews each week as they come out. Well, it's plenty more gas to burn in here. Let's not waste any more time. Let me get out and try to get something out of it.